Angola's story is one of extreme wealth and extreme poverty. It is also one of incredible suffering. Any Angolan over the age of 20 will remember living through one of Africa's worst civil wars. It lasted 27 years, and more than 500,000 people were killed. 2002 brought peace, and with it a booming economy. Resource-rich, Angola has diamonds, but it was oil that really made the difference. Angola established itself as an international player, and analysts say that it was able to dictate its own terms.
It is China's key partner on the continent. It's one of Portugal's key FDI investors. So it invests more money abroad than it has money invested in its country. It's very interesting to see how Angola has been dynamic in that way. You see the same in Brazil. So Angola is one of those African countries that has expanded beyond the continent.
As is often the case, the rich became richer, and Luanda was labelled the most expensive capital in the world. But it did nothing for the majority of Angolans who struggled on in poverty. The country's heavy dependency on oil meant that the fall in oil prices in 2014 hit hard. Angola is now into its fourth year of recession. It's had to apply for loans. Food and fuel prices have risen and unemployment has increased. And there have been more anti-government protests. A recent Amnesty report said, "The government misused the justice system and other state institutions to silence dissent. Austerity measures have affected the people, and opposition to government policies has been met with a heavy hand." During all this time, the civil war, the oil boom and the current economic crisis, one man has remained at the helm of this country. President José Eduardo Santos, in power here for almost 40 years. But that is about to change. Dos Santos is rumoured to be not well and has announced that he will not be running in Wednesday's elections. The current defence minister, João Lourenço, will run for the ruling MPLA, and the consensus is that the party, and in turn Lourenço, will win. Dos Santos will, however, remain as party leader. His children are in charge of key institutions like the National Oil Company, the Sovereign Wealth Fund and the National Diamond Company.
You will have a very weakened President João Lourenço, who's going to take over, and you're going to have the Dos Santos family who still have the reins in many of the key drivers of the country. So the family, and in particular the children, hold all the levers of power. They have stranglehold to the economy, and you can't run a country without money.
Wednesday's results may not be a surprise, but it's how things unfold after that could be far more interesting. Stefanie, Dekker, Al Jazeera.